Washington takes office. The first president. George Washington was elected by Congress as the first president of the United States of America. On April 30, 1789, George Washington took the oath as the first president of the United States. Washington understood to what extent the nation relied on him. The Constitution of the United States provided only a general scheme, especially for organizing the government. Washington devoted himself to filling official positions in order to organize his cabinet. Hamilton, Jefferson, Knox, and Randolph were in the cabinet. The Constitution also called for a judiciary branch to hear appeals of the states. With the Judiciary Act of 1789, the Supreme Court was established, consisting of 6 judges, 3 circuit courts, and 13 district courts. First economic crisis and Hamilton's financial plan. The federal government had to face an immense debt due to bonds issued to sponsor the Revolutionary War. Alexander Hamilton proposed a plan to face the crisis. The Revolutionary War drew the nation into a deep and severe crisis. The debt was an approximate of $50 million. The debt was due to the bonds issued throughout the Revolutionary War. Alexander Hamilton proposed a tripartite plan. First, the government took responsibility for debts. This was important to generate credibility in foreign countries. An agreement was reached with the southern states so the capital city would be placed between Maryland and Virginia. Second, a national bank would be created to deposit government's funds and issue currency. There were discrepancies because the Constitution did not allow for this explicitly, but it was approved based on a flexible law criteria. 3. High tariffs on imports. These were not approved by the Congress because the southern states argued that this would benefit only the northern states. The Whiskey Rebellion. Government had to impose taxes to get resources, but these rather upset the people. In 1791, the Congress approved taxation on domestic whiskey production. This taxation led to a revolt known as the Whiskey Rebellion. Many peasants made some extra money producing whiskey. With this new tax, they felt that the situation remained the same as it was with Great Britain. They protested and denied to pay the new tax. In 1794, there was a protest west of Pennsylvania where peasants burned the house of a tax collector and marched to Pittsburgh. Washington sent troops and dispersed the rebels. Washington later granted pardon to the leaders of the rebellion. This showed that the government would not tolerate armed rebellions.